Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the fourth and final season of M. Night Shyamalan's Servant. And this is an Apple TV Plus series that is indeed wrapping up its run. And this series focuses on a Philadelphia couple whose baby had died, and a mysterious, doll baby showed up, and a young woman to help take care of it, Leanne, played by Nell Tiger Free, and of course Lauren Ambrose and Toby Kebbell as Dorothy and Sean Turner. And you have Dorothy's brother Julian, played by Rupert Grint, and that's the core here. Tony Revolori also pops up occasionally as well. But this series is directed primarily by Ishana Shyamalan and M. Night Shyamalan. And this last season just might be its best. It went out with a bang. And incredibly more confident and bold in the way that it told its story and the kinds of things that it puts its audience through. The first episode is just a tour de force of insanity. This whole episode of Leanne trying to get away from these cultists and all the craziness that happens, the bold and dynamic filmmaking that goes into this season is really impressive. This is some of the best filmmaking I've seen in television in a while. The camera work, the tension building, all of it. Just this gothic, eerie atmosphere that the Shyamalans and everyone else involved in the show are able to create. You have something where you have Leanne coming into her own as this force that's bringing about these apocalyptic things inexplicably, and you're just sitting back just being like, what the heck's gonna happen in this show? And it's that, who's gonna budge first? The Turners? Are they going to be able to cast out Leanne from this family and also come to the grips with the fact that they went through a lot of trauma? And there's one big piece of this is Dorothy, Ambrose's character, finally confronting what happened to their child. And that is such an intense and emotionally impactful episode that really knocks it out of the park. You have a few episodes that go into complete, raw abandon in terms of the horror and insanity going on in this series. There's one particular episode where we finally get answers to who Leanne is and how this has all been coming about. And it's not particularly shocking, it's not particularly surprising, but it all comes together and feels satisfying and makes sense. And where we go to, Tiger Free gives a fantastic performance this season. She's confident, she's powerful in the way that she portrays Leanne, all the way up until this last episode where this series takes her into some crazy places. But we get to see a lot from Ambrose this season as she's climbing and crawling this uphill battle to show she's not crazy, something's going on here. And even Rupert Grint as Julian, who has evolved so much as a character throughout this series, is left in a very interesting place when the credits start rolling on this series that leaves a lot of doors open to some interesting possibilities, which I don't think we're ever going to explore, but it does bring up some questions and ideas and that are thought-provoking and will get your brain moving. But this series came in, really was one of my favorite pieces of Apple TV Plus towards the beginning of its launch, and has evolved into something so bold and fantastic. It's some of the best work that M. Night Shyamalan has done in a long time. And that's saying something because he's come out, this is up there with the likes of Split, and it's something really special. And I'm going to miss this on Apple TV Plus, and I'm sure Apple TV Plus is going to miss this series because this is one of the most compelling things that they had on their streaming service. But those are my thoughts on Season 4 of Servant. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.